Greetings, fellow sports fans. In today's video, I've got plenty of exciting updates for you. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything coming your way. Let's dive right into the latest developments surrounding the New York Yankees, as some significant news has emerged. An inside source has revealed that despite concerns over their salary cap, the Yankees are actively pursuing star players to bolster their roster. This comes at a time when the team is evaluating its current lineup and seeking potential solutions to some of the challenges they're facing. The front office is keenly aware of the financial constraints they're working with, yet the idea of bringing in high-caliber talent is still very much in play. Of course, there's a bit of hesitation when it comes to increasing payroll, and that's entirely understandable. After all, the Yankees have a reputation for being willing to spend big, but the balance between financial responsibility and maintaining competitiveness is always a tricky one to navigate. Fans, as we all know, can be incredibly vocal, especially when they feel their team is capable of more but isn't making the necessary moves. At this stage, the team is carefully considering their next steps in the market, looking for players who fit within their financial structure and can elevate the team as they chase a championship. The reality is that, while the Yankees' performance this season has been solid, with 7 wins and 5 losses, it's not spectacular by any means. Yet, their current standing atop the American League East Division is certainly promising. But, in the grand scheme of things, the real story is still unfolding as they await the return of several key players, including Giancarlo Stanton, Clark Schmidt, and Luis Gil. These players are cornerstones of the Yankees roster, and their absence has certainly been felt throughout the early part of the season. Without them, the team has had to rely on other contributors, but their return will be critical in ensuring the Yankees remain competitive as the season progresses. Looking at the current division standings, it's clear that the Yankees have managed to maintain their position of strength, but there's still a long road ahead. Even with their solid start, the team is still in the process of piecing things together, awaiting the full recovery of players who are integral to their success. With some big names on the shelf, including the likes of Stanton, Schmidt, and Gil, it's been a balancing act to keep the team afloat. But once those guys are back, the Yankees will undoubtedly be a much stronger force in the league. However, there's also the matter of the fact that they've been without one of their top pitchers, Garrett Cole, for much of the season so far. Without him in the rotation, it's been up to the rest of the staff to hold things down, and while they've been doing a decent job, it's a situation that can't go on forever if they're serious about contending for a World Series title. Fans, as always, can be a bit impatient, especially when things aren't going exactly to plan. There's always a bit of anxiety creeping in when the team isn't firing on all cylinders. Internally, there have been ongoing discussions about potential trades and which players could be targets for the Yankees moving forward. Although we're still a ways off from the trade deadline, speculation is already rife about what moves the Yankees might make. It's generally difficult to strike deals before the draft, and many believe that no significant trades will be made until the team has a clearer picture of what they need come the deadline. That being said, the Yankees have shown that they're willing to be active at the trade deadline in recent years, and 2025 could be no different. Whether it's bringing in notable talent or shaking things up with other transactions, the team has a history of making bold moves when necessary. If we look back to 2023, the Yankees made only one trade for relief pitchers, but the acquisitions didn't have much of an impact on the roster. In 2022, on the other hand, the team was more aggressive in bolstering its pitching staff, bringing in some key arms to strengthen their rotation. Reflecting on past trade deadlines, it's clear that while some deals have been successful, others have not panned out as hoped. One particular trade, aimed at bringing in a player to significantly elevate the team, ended up having the opposite effect, as the player's career trajectory took an unexpected turn. Despite this, the player in question has continued to pursue success, albeit in a different role. It's a reminder that trade deadline deals are never a guaranteed success, but the Yankees are always in the market to improve. Looking ahead, it's clear that the organization is still trying to piece together a roster that is capable of competing for the ultimate prize, the World Series title. They've made some key acquisitions in recent years, especially following the departure of major players, and these moves are often seen as strategic responses to losses. Even with some of the team's financial constraints, it's clear that they are still looking for ways to improve, but their flexibility is limited. The challenge for the Yankees will be finding the right balance between adding talent and staying within the financial framework that they're operating under. There have also been rumblings about a player who has resurfaced in trade discussions, Sandy Alessandra. The talented pitcher has been a subject of interest for multiple teams, but the Marlins have yet to commit to moving him. With a contract worth $17.3 million for 2025 and 2026, the Marlins are likely to hold on to him for the foreseeable future, as they need to maximize his value while he's under contract. His impressive performance on the mound this season has certainly caught the attention of teams like the Mets, who are rumored to be in hot pursuit of his services. But for the Yankees, the decision may come down to whether they're willing to part with one of their top prospects, such as George Lombard Jr., who is considered the team's brightest future star. This situation presents an intriguing dilemma for the Yankees. Is it worth trading one of their top prospects in order to acquire a player who, while talented, may not be the long-term solution they're hoping for? Sandy is undoubtedly a great talent, but there are other options in the pitching market who could be just as effective without requiring such a significant trade-off. The Marlins, however, remain steadfast in their position that Alessandra is not currently on the trading block. This has led to speculation that the situation could change depending on how the rest of the season plays out. In the meantime, the Yankees continue to monitor the market for potential upgrades, including possible trades for players who are currently on teams that are struggling. Some of these players, despite being in underperforming teams, have shown promise and could be the missing pieces the Yankees need to push themselves over the top. One player who has piqued their interest is a third baseman with the ability to also play in the outfield. This versatile player has been inconsistent this season, but his past performances and solid defensive abilities make him an intriguing option for the Yankees as they look to bolster their lineup. As we move forward, it's clear that the Yankees are at a crossroads, and how they navigate the trade deadline and potential acquisitions will play a crucial role in shaping the rest of their season. There's no doubt that the team is already keeping a close eye on possible trades, but one thing is certain. They need to act quickly if they want to bring in players who can make an immediate impact. The stakes are high for the Yankees, especially considering the pressure that comes with wearing the iconic pinstripes. The expectations are always sky high, and while the team has made a solid start to the season, the true test will come once their full roster is healthy and in sync. This is where the strategic decisions made over the next few weeks will come into play. In terms of their roster, the Yankees have already faced several challenges due to injuries. The absence of key players like Stanton, Schmidt, and Heel has been felt deeply, and while their replacements have stepped up admirably, there's no denying that these injured players are critical to the team's success. When healthy, Stanton is one of the most dangerous hitters in the game, and his power bat would certainly bolster the lineup. Schmidt, on the other hand, has shown great promise as a starting pitcher, and his ability to go deep into games and keep the team in a competitive position is invaluable. Luis Heel, while still emerging as a key contributor, has demonstrated enough potential to make the Yankees excited about his future. The return of these players will undoubtedly give the Yankees the extra boost they need, but it's still uncertain when they will be back at full strength. The Yankees are hoping that as the season progresses, they will see their injured players return and make their mark. However, even with these key players on the mend, the team cannot afford to be complacent. The division is still up for grabs, and the teams trailing the Yankees are just a few games behind. In particular, the Boston Red Sox and the Tampa Bay Rays are both contenders in the division, and both teams are more than capable of making a push for the top spot if the Yankees falter. The race for the AL East title is expected to remain tight, and the Yankees cannot afford to take their foot off the gas. This brings us back to the trade talks, where the Yankees are reportedly eyeing players who could add immediate value to their team. While no official moves have been made yet, it's widely expected that the Yankees will make a splash before the trade deadline, as they've done in previous seasons. In fact, it's not just about adding depth for the Yankees. It's about making the right kind of moves that will solidify their position as contenders for the World Series. They're a team built to win now, and they know that in order to achieve their ultimate goal, they need to bring in players who can make a difference. This could be a veteran pitcher, a power hitter, or even a versatile position player who can contribute in multiple areas. Looking at other potential targets, one name that continues to come up in conversations is a third baseman who has been performing well for a team that has struggled in recent years. Despite his team's poor record, this player has stood out with his defensive prowess and ability to get on base. His consistency at the plate has made him an appealing option for the Yankees, who are always looking for ways to upgrade their roster. Additionally, the Yankees are known for their deep farm system, and it's expected that any trade they make would likely involve some of their top prospects. However, the Yankees have always shown a willingness to part with prospects if it means securing a player who can help them win a championship now. This is why discussions surrounding trades are so intriguing, because the stakes are so high for the team. In particular, the Yankees are reportedly eyeing players who could provide both offensive and defensive stability. The team has had its share of struggles in both areas this season, with inconsistent performances at the plate and occasional lapses in the field. Adding a player who can contribute in multiple areas would certainly make a big difference for the Yankees, who are hoping to become more well-rounded as the season goes on. It's no secret that the Yankees have been looking for ways to strengthen their defense, particularly at positions like third base, where they've struggled to find consistent production. Adding a solid defender at third would not only shore up their infield, but also give their pitchers a bit more confidence knowing that they have a reliable glove behind them. But it's not just about finding players who can contribute defensively. The Yankees are still searching for ways to improve their offense, especially against left-handed pitching, which has been a weak point for them this season. While they've had success against right-handed pitchers, their performance against southpaws has been inconsistent at best. This is where the acquisition of a power hitter could make a huge difference. The Yankees are well aware that they need to add another bat to their lineup to make them more dangerous against all types of pitching. Whether it's a right-handed slugger or a player who can balance the lineup, the Yankees need that extra spark in their offense to ensure they have the firepower to compete in the postseason. Of course, the Yankees are also taking into consideration the long-term implications of any trades they make. While they're in win-now mode, they don't want to sacrifice their future for a short-term gain. This is why any potential trade will be carefully weighed, as the team doesn't want to mortgage its future for a player who might not make a significant impact. The Yankees have a solid core of young talent that they are hoping will continue to develop, and they're not willing to trade that away unless it's for a player who can make an immediate impact on their championship aspirations. As we move closer to the trade deadline, it's clear that the Yankees will have some tough decisions to make. The trade market is always full of possibilities, but it's up to the team's front office to determine which players will truly make a difference. The next few weeks will be crucial in shaping the Yankees' path to a World Series title, and how they handle these decisions will have a lasting impact on their season. Whether they make a big splash in the market or decide to stick with their current roster, one thing is certain. The Yankees are all in on making a championship run, and they will do whatever it takes to put themselves in the best position to win. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Is there trouble brewing behind the scenes in the Bronx? A clip circulating on social media has ignited speculation after reports suggest that Yankees manager Aaron Boone made a shocking statement regarding star pitcher Marcus Stroman. In a short video, Boone allegedly claims that Stroman is contaminating the clubhouse, sending fans and analysts into a frenzy as they try to unravel the full story. Marcus Stroman, known as much for his fire and flair as for his pitching, signed a 2-year, $37 million contract with the Yankees in early 2024. Expectations were sky high, but the second half of the season saw a steep decline in form, with Stroman posting a 5.70 ERA since June. Although he was initially left off the ALDS roster, he returned for the ALCS, leaving many to wonder whether his off-field presence was as much of a concern as his performance on the mound. The rumored comment by Boone has sparked heated debate among fans and insiders. Is it a sign of deeper chemistry issues in the Yankees' locker room, or a case of words taken out of context? Stroman, who has never shied away from speaking his mind or challenging critics, has yet to respond publicly. But with his history of bold statements and fiery comebacks, it may just be a matter of time. Some insiders close to the team have hinted at growing tensions between Stroman and a few veteran players, citing clashes in approach and differences in leadership styles. If true, Boone's alleged remark may reflect a last-ditch attempt to regain control of a locker room teetering on the edge during a high-stakes postseason run. The Yankees have had a history of managing big personalities, but this could be their toughest test yet. Whether this is just noise or the beginning of a larger storm remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, all eyes will be on Stroman, Boone, and the Yankees in the coming days. The team is chasing another title, but now they're also fighting to keep their clubhouse from imploding. Stay tuned. This saga is far from over. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.